Hey everyone, live from my studio here, it's Bettina. How are you all doing? Did you have a nice holiday yesterday? Did you celebrate your independence? So I'm here in my studio with a painting in progress. It's not done yet. I had this amazing bouquet that I bought at a farmer's market with peonies and delphinium and all these gorgeous flowers, among my favorites. And I chose to paint them in my way. So there are still some things are not quite there yet. I'm not sure what it is. I've been looking at it for a long time. Some color element, and I might just go in spontaneously and do some things later to finish it. And right now I'm waiting for the sun, for the weather to cool down a little bit. I need to do some things in the garden too. So I'm here, and I was writing on Substack today, on my Substack Stargarden. Bettinasstargarden is the name. And I wrote about the dreamscapes that I'm painting in a world that is totally unhinged, in a world that is fighting everywhere, left, right, and center. It almost seems as if things are coming to a peak. And so I'm going, okay, I'm very aware of all of this. I don't watch things too much, but as I said, I'm aware of it. It's not that I can deny it. So with what I'm doing here is I'm creating gardens. I'm creating physical gardens. I inherited all these gifts from my grandmother. She taught me many things back then when I was a little girl. And I grew up in a garden. I planted strawberries and I ate them. I sat underneath amazing plum trees and cherry trees. I planted flowers, cut flowers, made peppermint tea at night, and I sat in her old bathtub that she had in the garden filled with cold water, and we were splashing around. And later on we had a little swimming pool, like just a little, like for kids, like a inflatable pool. Anyway, the joy of that reality. And so I talk a lot in my books. I'm also currently writing another book. Stay tuned. I'm writing about this reality, and I always refer to it as a little sandbox. Lately I've been writing about Circus Maximus in Rome, where Caesar had the gladiator fights and the races and all that. The Circus Maximus, where there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of death. What if we left that circus behind? Is there a different reality? So this is what I would like to talk about, because I'm creating this with the gardens that I'm planting. I have planted gardens. I have planted many trees in my life. Wherever I was, I left trees. It's just what I do. I plant things. I save seeds. I just love doing this. It's part of my platform that I serve this reality. It's also my gift to many people when I gift flower seeds or vegetable seeds that I saved. Or I can get totally thrilled when I eat a delicious melon and I save the seeds. And this year I planted some of them, and yes, they are growing. So I will have more of that. Do you get the abundance that is? You have an amazing fruit and you save, like, take a butternut squash or take something that has seeds, save them and put them in the ground next season, and you will grow things, okay? Vegetables will grow, and that is just such a joy to me personally. Maybe it's totally uninteresting to you, so stop listening at this point. But if you are interested in hearing more of what I want to say, stay here. So I create gardens, and I have a big flower garden, and as I said, vegetable garden and so forth. And I'm also creating gardens with my paintings. They are alive. They are gardens. People always come back to me. They tell me they are so alive. They change. The color changes. There's different things, and then things are moving even. And yes, they are alive. They come from a space which is the reality that is my reality. And what do I mean? So is whatever you hear on the news or hear anywhere or you read it, is this all there is? Is this all there is? Or have you ever found out in your life that things were different than what you thought? That something was different than what you have thought for a long time. I found out that nothing is the way I thought it was. And I found this out a long time ago. So nothing can really shock me anymore, because like I just know that there is so much more that is possible. And I see this so much more than what we thought. I see this in my garden. This is my reality, where all of a sudden different animals are showing up, or new insects that I hadn't seen before, or flowers are growing that I have not planted, so, and I don't even know what they are. So then I learn and I found out, and wow, how did they get here? But there is also for our lives, this now here's the bridge that I'm building to our lives. It's the same for our lives, that gosh, in my life I have found out that there are possibilities, there are doors that can open, and they opened in my life that I had no idea existed. So, how do we get there? It is via choice. If you have a sandbox, right? And you have seen kids fighting in sandboxes. They throw sand at each other and the toys are flying, and somebody hits the other with a whatever thing on the head and it's crying and it's like whatever. So that's the sandbox, right? We have a choice to stay in there and throw sand at each other and just insist upon, I don't know, who is going to win or lose or whatever. That's this reality, winning and losing. So somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. That's like, wow, that doesn't really feel good, right? So what other reality is there? There is a reality where we don't have to fight. I have seen this in places on the planet. I've traveled a lot. I'm a traveler too, where people live together peacefully. So this is what I know is possible. This is what I'm sending out into the world. And so these gardens of possibility, these spaces that are peaceful, is what I'm creating with my paintings. People always tell me, wow, your paintings are so relaxing. They have a life force. They are so peaceful. I just want to go in there and stay in there and wander around. That, what if we can have this? I know I'm not very popular right now because I'm not talking about fighting or whatever, and I'm not even interested in it. And so this is also why I'm going away from social media, and I chose Substack now. I'm still posting, I'm still being live obviously here, to just, in case there is somebody here other than bots, if there is still a real person here and you are listening to this, you hear me here right now, it's like, whoa, there's one real person. I'm so happy. I get too many fake account messages and bot things that, okay, so I'm basically done with this, and it's a sandbox that I don't enjoy really anymore. So I went to Substack, and this is where I'm now creating, posting, and I'm gonna write my book, a book. There's gonna be more. So whatever, there we are living in a time, things are dramatically changing, things are getting unhinged, things are falling apart. Yet, do never forget, when things fall apart, things also come together in a different way. What if we look for that? What is actually coming together right now? In a garden, like in nature, everything constantly changes, very dramatically also. Guess like my flower beds, they went with the rain several times until we built a French drain around the house, and so that didn't occur anymore. But I see this in Costa Rica. Streets are disappearing. Like entire mountains, sides of mountains are sliding off. It's dramatic. Nature is powerful. When a volcano explodes, like, wow, that is powerful, and it destroys things, and yet down the road it also creates things. So with all of this, what can we create? What can we create right now? Who can we inspire? So I hope that this, what I'm saying here, what I'm creating, is inspiring you. Like you can look at my paintings on my websites, or at bettinamedini.com or bettinamedini.art. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to my Substack. You can go to my blog and look at them. The images, you can look at them. I don't charge for looking at images, right? And be inspired. Like, what art has always inspired me in my life. It has saved me many times. When I am painting, I am so peaceful. There is the space of creation, and I have to do this. This is what I came here, among other things, this is what I came here to create, to paint, and to bring something that I don't even know what it's going to be in the end, to bring this forward, pull all the elements together of what I'm aware of and what wants to create with me, and create that thing that we call a painting, right? It is energy. And my hope is that it inspires you to also create. Create. What did you all come here to create? Let's look at that. Buckminster Fuller said, instead of fighting this reality, let's create a new reality that makes the old one redundant, right? So you can, and also another thing is, like, wherever we put our energy is what we create and what we support. And so where do you put your energy? It's like, where do I put the water in the garden? There is where the plant is growing, whether it's a weed or a flower or a butternut squash, right? Where we put our attention, which is energy, is what is going to grow. If we put our attention on fighting, oh, okay, universe is going to say, they want more fighting. Okay, well, I can create that for them. I can give them a million reasons, right? But if we go the other way and it's like, okay, so I've actually fought enough. So what else can I create? What did I come here to create? Right? And find out. I came here to create beauty, to bring beauty, not the beauty industry type beauty, but the aesthetics of the human being into the world and enhance what is already here. The beauty that I see in Italy when I walk the streets and I see the magnificent creation, like magnificent, this magnificence, the magnitude of the human being and what it can create. Unbelievable. You are that. So when are we gonna start? Right? And technology is good. Let's use it. AI, well, I don't use AI when I'm painting. I paint, my being is painting. So there's aliveness. This is where maybe also why people say oh, Bettina, your paintings are so alive. They are living. And it's like, yes, AI cannot create that. That is the spark that the human being carries. Whatever we say, whatever we write, whatever we sculpt, paint, build and construct with our genius, which we all have, with our gifts. AI or any technology can never create that genuinely. It can only always copy, right? So we use technology as a tool, and it stops there, right? So what did you come here to create? I let you go because I think the sky is cloudy. I can go out in the garden. I have to change. I'm not going to go in my silk dress for sure. And I'm going to go out there into my garden. I'm going to finish painting my garden. My silk is also waiting to get finished. I might do some art fairs depending on weather and whatever. It might be in 2 weeks. It's still on the plan. It's still yes. But I also stay in the moment, and if the yes turns into a no, I'm willing to say no, to stay out of trouble. So you too stay out of trouble. Create beauty, more magnificence, more creative, inventive, gorgeous ideas. Let's bring them into the world. Have a great day. I adore you all. Bye.